don't, because of no crime of his, he is suffering for you and I. Do you understand? Therefore, we will never back down. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, remember, has been pronounced discharged and acquitted by the Nigerian appeal courts on the 13th day of October 2022. Remember that date, 13th day of October 2022. Whether I am having some static in my, let me see. I hope my voice is coming out clear. Let me see, let me listen to my own voice via our application in order to know. No, my voice is crystal clear. I've had it. Therefore, we have no cause for alarm. We must continue in preaching this gospel. As I was saying, remember this date is a date in history. 13th day of October 2022. It is a day the Nigerian appeal court pronounced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our supreme leader, discharged and acquitted. And not only that, that he should never be tried. He should never stand trial in any Nigerian court. And because he committed no crime. Instead, he should be compensated because he was extraordinarily renditioned. His human right was ridiculed. And remember, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was traveling from Kenya. He was renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria. Remember, he was holding the British passport. And even the British passport, British government could not save him. Instead, they planned. It is them that planned everything. The British, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, pump plain. Through the message he sent to our brother, our comrade, Benjamin Madubugu, that the people that renditioned him is number one, Britain. Did he mean sweat? Britain, very hypocritical, set of people. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said something, that we are going to defeat them with superior argument. That is my joy. Superior argument. I think the British people, Britain, they believe that they are civilized, that they listen to superior argument. That is what we are going to defeat them with. Superior argument. Nothing more. I cannot see the reason why a British subject, because there is a monarchy. Remember, Britain is a monarchy. A British subject holding British passport was renditioned from a third country, from a country to another country that he never intended to go. That is Nigeria. And Britain is keeping quiet, and they will keep on moving on, lecturing the whole world about human rights, how to respect the rule of law. This is absolute hypocrisy. Because they are powerful, they believe that we are gullible. We still remain that gullible and useless Africans. No, IPOB, we are not. We are not. Look at what Britain did. They just released the declassified documents. They declassified the documents about the rule of Israel and Russia in defeating Biafra. You know what they do that? Why they do that? It's a psychological attack to make us feel that these people maybe let us not ally with them, because they, after all, they killed us. They helped in killing us during 1967 to 70 war. They believe that we are stupid, that we don't advance mentally. No, that is their belief. After all, oh, we are black people. We don't reason. No, we reason, Britain. Your psychological warfare and all what's not can never. Remember what I used to say here. The best thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done for us, and the worst thing he has done for Britain, the nightmare he has set up, let me put it like that, is assembling people, Biafrans from all walks of life all over the world. They don't understand what this thing means, I'm telling you. You know, had it been Britain as smart as they want the whole world to believe, that early time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing this, arranging family, gathering families, people that are scattered all over the world, gathering them. Both a Buman, former Haina, Mandi, or Bramandi. Do you don't know the people in this struggle? People that have passed through different ways of life and walks of life and survive. You don't know. Had it been Britain was smart, by that time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was broadcasting from that's a little place in Peckham in England, in London. They would have spread their poison and killed him quietly, like they killed Bob Marley. Yeah, maybe he wouldn't have succeeded in arranging a worldwide family of this magnitude, but they didn't do it. You understand? Not they didn't want to do, but they couldn't do it, because what we are doing, it is our time of awakening. It is overdue. That is why nature puts it like this. Is it now? Let me ask Britain, is it now that we are thinking that we are now organized in every part of the world, every country of this world, we are organized? IPOB, even in Saudi Arabia. Is it now that we are organized, that with difficulty, you know, brought different people, you know, people that had different experiences into one fold, and we are one family? Is it now that Britain can thwart us through their useless, childish, psychological propaganda and warfare? Do they know what IPOB is made of? We are like, hey, you don't see us, but we are working. Oxygen is there, but you cannot touch it. But it is the essence of your life. That is what IPOB resembles. That is what I can call IPOB. We are everywhere. Do you understand? We are everywhere. So Britain, you are late. All these propagandas, you are late. In order to make us start talking, start hating, maybe if we want to have ally with people that wants to help us or want to our allies. Now they structure our brains not to hate people that should help us. Hey, you know, remember in their catechism, what did they teach us? In their catechism, pray for Russia that did not know God. And many of us grew with it, believing that Russia is a demonic country. You don't know that they program us in order to fight their own war, to hate the people they hate. But Mandela said something when he visited the United States in the 90s. He said something when they asked him, oh, you are now a champion of democracy, this and that. Now, why are you aligning yourself with terrorists, Palestinians that are terrorists? Mandela said something. He answered them in New York. He said, the worst mistake that the West is making is to program us to believe that their enemy should be our enemy. That word, it speaks volumes. I'm telling you honestly. It speaks volumes. It means that we should be independent, independent thinkers. Not every time, the Europeans, they know what is best for us. You understand? And the EU parliamentarian or a leader, I don't know the name of the lady, she said something sometime last time that the Africa riddled with poverty, but they are growing demographically. That is, the population of African sub-Saharan Africa is growing too much. Too much for Europeans. It is a threat. That the population growth of Africans is a threat to the Europeans. I don't know. Africans, don't you understand the menace, direct threat that they represent? And you see our so-called elites. They are zombieing. After all, very selfish set of people. They know that is a threat. But they know that they say, after all, anything the Europeans are doing to Africa, it doesn't concern them. After all, they have they and their children, they have foreign passports, they have mansions in Australia, in Europe, everywhere. So they are not, no matter that they are black, but they are the elites that are above whatever a plan. Instead, they will be importing their drinking water. They use their private jets to shuttle, go outside and buy ordinary water and come back. They will not drink waters that are being sold for ordinary people in the streets. Do you see the selfishness? But that is why they neglect all these words. You understand? That Africa population growth is too dangerous. It's a danger to Europeans, to EU. And Africans are keeping mute about this. They are not doing anything. This is supposed to steer, protests all over Africa for this direct threat against our human being. You understand? I don't know. Let me see. Somebody is still asking me whether I'm repeating. Let me see. I don't know why some people are still saying that there is a problem. It's a repeat broadcast that is being repeated in IPOB community radio, but it's not. I put on IPOB community radio and it's live and direct. I don't know. Please, if you are experiencing any difficulty now, maybe it is from your location, not from IPOB community radio, because it is sound now. Please, everything is going on good. I can testify. Listen to my voice. Are you hearing now? I'm hearing my voice clear. I don't know why people are inboxing me. Somebody is inboxing me. Mazi, please. Everything is okay, please. I don't know. Please, can you clarify? Mazi. My voice is coming out clear, even on our community radio. Why is it some people are saying that it is coming out? Okay, thank you. I have received the confirmation I need. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Please, if you are having difficulty or any of that in playing on the radio, check your radio, check your side. It is not from here, please. Because I've received multiple confirmation. There we go. I've received multiple confirmation that everything is going well, which I have confirmed it, please. Therefore, as I was saying, this direct menace, threat from the EU, that the African demography, which is made up of poor, very poor people, that we are so poor, we continue growing poor, but we only grow demographically. That is a threat to EU, European Union. This is a complete threat to our existence. When our demography can be a threat to EU, What does it mean? That they can bring out anything to poison us. That even cars they are allowing you to maybe import, use the cars to Kumbo. They can put anything there to poison us. They can infect everything with sickness. That is why, do you see the reason why it is good for us to be really independent? It is good for our institutions to be working so that we shall be impregnable. Everything will be cross-checked. Do you understand? Do you know that the importation of, for example, importation of, if a European Union taking banana, let me give an example. Importing banana from Cameroon or Cote d'Ivoire, for example. Do you know that they send their agents first, experts, scientific experts, to go to all those countries, mostly in Africa, to test those coffee they are about to import, but those bananas, do random sampling, what we call random sampling, test them, take samples of them, test them in laboratory to know the contents, to know their contents, what the Europeans are going to consume, to know the contents, even fish, all these things, anything edible, to know the contents. If there are, for example, let's say salt, there is too much of iodine, they will say no. They will condemn it and tell you to start afresh. Now they will measure the quantity of nutrients that should be there. You understand? They are protecting their people. But do you know that we Africa, like in the zoo, Nigeria, they don't have all those things. The ones they have, if they send them to go to negotiate and test, and they go, everything is done in the hotel. They give them, lodge them in a hotel, give them women and men to sleep with, enjoy their lives. They don't even go to the field, anything. Now they go back, they bring a paper, they certify everything is okay. Now they bring poisons from abroad in form of food we are eating. Do you know the danger we are in? If we don't, importation of food, do you know the danger we are in? Nigerians, do you know? When you import food, nothing is being tested though. Do you remember one time, I think noodles in Thailand and Philippines, I think I'm right, they detected the cancer causing agent there in the noodles, the Indomie there. Now what of Nigeria? Nigeria have to, even if they see all those things, they taste and see all those things, they bribe them and they call it, they say, I beg, make they go chop, any person that chop will die. Do you see the danger of eating foreign food? Do you see that? For goodness sake, this threat by the European Union, that our demography is a threat to European Union. Do you know what it means? Do you know what it means? You know, you don't know, but you are zombie. You don't know. You don't know because you are ignorant. You don't know what it means. Go to my platform, Facebook platform, General Raphael. You scroll it, you will see where one, I think is a Ghanaian, that analyze it, brought it to the limelight, what it means. But we don't care now. Our people don't care. They don't even know what it means. They don't know. You are into importation. They import everything. Do you know that there are many things that are quality testing in borders? So that because all these things you are saying in our borders, in our ports, no quality testing, nothing. Nothing. Everything is as long as you bring money. And the people that are being given aid, they tell you have no choice because you are lower human being. Here on Radio Biafra, we are trying to give ourselves bitter pills so that we sit up in this planet Earth. Do you understand? Tomorrow, our leader is going to go to court, to Supreme Court. You know, this is a shenanigan. Because the appeal court has released Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they said no. Now, why are you going to court again? When you cannot abide by the decision of some decisions of the court, unless they come, unless they give you, they make that decision you love and you accept it. Does it make you a country? The answer is no. Our leader is going to court tomorrow. For your information, there is nothing like a sit at home. Anybody, all we have to do is to support our leader in any way we can, morally, by prayer, God, for anyhow. Because the Nigerian agents, they have hijacked this sit at home, which we are using. They have hijacked it and bastardized it. Therefore, that is it. We have to. Freedom fighting is not something that is static. You change. You understand? As long it's just like it's a war. When you are in a war front, you change tactics all the time in order to surprise your enemies. You don't. If you stick to the same tactics, you are in for a trouble. You understand? So that is it. Tomorrow being the 5th, our leader will be in the Supreme Court. And whatever it is, the hearing, whatever it is, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. That is the bottom line. He must be released. Some people are circulating useless rumors. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in talk with Tinubu. He went to visit Tinubu. This and that. These are fake news. These are concocted stories. Somebody will be in his bedroom and just write and put out something. We know all these things. Propaganda. Please, do not promote all this propaganda. Do not allow all these things to worry you. Or use it to no. Our leader is going to go to court on the 5th of his case is scheduled to be heard on the 5th of October, being tomorrow. Therefore, whatever may happen, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released. That is the bottom line. Because he committed no crime. After all, almost a year today, on 13th of October 2022, he was released by the Nigeria Appeal Court. Because what we are doing, we are not doing anything that is illegal. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. He's not doing anything illegal. Self-determination is in international law, in local Nigerian law, it is not a crime. It is not a crime to agitate for self-determination. It is not a crime, for your information. And that is what we are doing. All we want is referendum. Give us referendum. The same way Atiku Abubakar became a Nigerian through referendum. Do you know that our Atiku Abubakar was born a Cameroonian? You know that? A colonized Cameroonian. Do you know that? But through referendum, he became a Nigerian. You understand me? That is the same thing we are asking for, because we are human beings. Why should you grant to some people sometime a referendum, and when it comes to Biafra, you say no. You don't talk about referendum. For what? We are human beings. We're supposed to be given a chance for a referendum, and we must get it. That is it. So we must continue. So as I was saying, when you have your dignity is very, very important. As a country, dignity is very, very important. But when people make themselves very cheap, they make the country, make the people so cheap. There's one news I want to read. I want to start with this news, please. It's a news headline. Listen. Tunisia rejects EU's millions of euros in financial aid. Tunisia. After you start asking, why are some people developing? Why are these people developing? Because they have self-dignity. I will read a bit because we need to. It's a news of I think today, October 3. No, yesterday, 2023. Tunisia, a country in North Africa. They rejected the EU millions of euros in financial aid. You see the reason what they say. Tunisia has rejected millions of euros in financial aid, and now the European Union Commission to help the country fight irregular migration and stabilize its budget. Okay. Tunisia and its people do not seek sympathy. That is according to the okay. Tunisia and its people do not seek sympathy, but rather reject it if it lacks respect. Tunisian news agency quoted President Kais Saied as saying at a meeting with Foreign Minister Nabil Amar on Monday evening. Are you hearing it? These are people that have dignity. I will continue. They say they don't seek sympathy. You understand? But rather reject it if it lacks respect. If that money they are given lacks respect, they reject. Do you see the difference between Ndioji and Ndiocha? Do you see it? Tunisians now are mostly Ndiocha. You know, they claim to be Arabs, but historically, Tunisia was a black African country. Before, black African nation. Before the invasion by Roman Empire or during the Punic Wars, and many of them, and after even the Arabs. So what you see today as white people in Tunisia are Europeans and Arabs that have now displaced the black people, killed many of them. You can only see the black people now in some of their southern regions, southern part of Tunisia. That is where you see the black indigenous people. Are you hearing me? Do you see the reason why you see these people, they have that money? Their politicians can collect it as Nigerian politicians and share it among themselves. But they say no. They say Tunisia and its people do not seek sympathy. Even if we are suffering, we don't seek sympathy, but rather reject it if it lacks respect. That is it. You understand? Can Nigerian politicians say this? People without honor, without dignity, people that went and signed, borrow money from China, sign everything in Mandarin. They don't even understand what they are signing. They just don't print and sign. Let China give them money. They don't know. They don't understand. Have you forgotten that story? Have you forgotten that news? According to a press release from the president's office, Said, that is a Tunisian prime minister, president, Said expressed Tunisia's rejection of an announcement made by the European Union in recent days. This is because, listen here, look at what he said. He said, this is not because of the small amount offered. The money is not small. He said, as the treasures of the world are not equal to a single grain of our sovereignty in the eyes of our people. Oh, Chineke Kula Yojo. After you are shouting, nah, but these people are the Africans, but they are developing. Why is a black people not because black people, their politicians, they don't have dignity. They don't have class. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? You know, people that has no dignity, people that are very cheap to purchase. You buy them. Look at, just imagine in Burkina Faso. Oh, they try to buy one of their military officers, who is also an entourage to the present head of state, Traore, to topple the president. And he tried it but failed. This is how things are. This man said, the Tunisian president, he said, listen to this statement. The treasures of the world are not equal to a single grain of our sovereignty in the eyes of our people. Can any Nigerian president say that? Can he say that? Rejecting 127 million euros. Do you know what it means? Do you know how the Nigerian politicians will grab it? It doesn't matter the condition. That is why you are suffering. Because you have no class, you have no dignity, you have no honor. You understand? That is why you are controllable. You are controllable. They position you as slaves, using the European agents, the Western agents, to be on top of you in the name of democracy. And you see so-called intellectuals are defending all this rubbish. Which way is Africa? Sonny Okosin sang a song. He said, which way Nigeria? But now I'm asking, which way Africa? Which way? Until when are we going to be looked upon as people without honor, people without dignity, people without class? And listen to what President of Tunisia said, and rejected the money given to them as aid. Something that any other black African like Nigeria, we welcome on there. He said, no problem, sign anything and collect that money. Because you don't have a class, you don't have honor, you don't have dignity. He said, the treasures of the world are not equal to a single grain of our sovereignty in the eyes of our people, which means Tunisians are proud of their country. It doesn't matter, even if they have economic crunch, they don't care. Their sovereign bring the whole treasures of the world is not equal to 1 grain of their sovereignty. That is a very, very big quote. Return it. It will do you good. Return this quote. Treasures of the world not equal to a single grain of your sovereignty. How many of you can say it with pride? You know, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he mounts on the podium, he will say, we are unbribable, we are unbuyable. Do you know what it means? No, you don't know. Once you are being cornered and called by any even local government chairman, hey, nah, shake again. You know, nah, because you are so cheap. You are very cheap. You don't have no class, no honor, no dignity. And that is why black race, we are so low. You understand? Nigerian passport is being devalued. Do you know what it means? It's one of the worst passports in the world. That is it. One of the worst passports in the world. Anywhere you bring out passport, Nigerian, the green passport is, you are an embarrassment there. They will single you out. I had the reports that what is going on in Ethiopia, in other places in Africa even, and every other part of the world. Bring out a Nigerian passport, they look at you as shit. It doesn't matter that you are not a criminal. Since you were born, maybe you never committed a crime. You are legitimate in what you are doing, but your passport makes you a criminal. Do you see the reason why I say without us there will be no you? That is why we need to fight for us. We, not I. Your I doesn't mean anything. If you want to be a billionaire, get anything. Look at Dangote. Dangote doesn't travel with a Nigerian passport. Do you know that? Do you know that? You know, black people, many black people don't reason. I am telling you honestly. Otherwise, we will look for our collectivity to build, the advancing nations. Let me put it like that: advancing nations. Not what the Europeans want you to be. Be inside Nigeria, be there, be a conglomerate, an amalgamation, a construct that is doing no harm, every harm to each and every one of us. Look, for us to have dignity, we must even respect ourselves. How do we respect ourselves? We respect our differences. In Nigeria, there is no respecting. We don't respect. You can never respect our differences lumped up in one place. One side will like to lord it over every others. You see that? Now power has shifted, has entered into Yoruba hand through Tinubu. All of them now are fighting. They don't see any bad thing again. All they are doing is, maintain this man. Let us support him. They don't. I see no bad. I do no bad. I see no bad. I witness no bad, no evil. That is the way they are. That is the bad character, bad behavior of black people. That is why I say black people, we are still primitive. Do you understand me? We need to remove ourselves from this primitive mindset. When after Tinubu now, maybe for 8 years, ahead they will come. If another person from another tribe will take over, hey, that time you will see them coming out. Hey, no, marginalization, this and that. I want to go. That is a black man very cheap. Instead of continuing in saying no, we have a basic problem. We cannot be lumped into one space where we don't have respect to our various ways of life. Our ways of life, our value systems are incompatible. No person reasons like that any longer. Instead, let us fight for one Nigeria. No, I had a Fashola speaking something, saying something. Oh, no, let people stop saying that Nigeria will do for let Nigeria not happen to me. It is an insult to our nation. And they now all of them are coming out very, how can I say it? Fundamentally flawed mentality people, or people with fundamentally flawed mentality. Many black people are like that. You understand? Now, they throw all their weight in defending mediocrity. It doesn't matter that Tinubu lied, that Tinubu committed a crime in America with his real name, whether Ayodele, and went to jail. Total of 5 years. He has been a jail rat in whether 60s and 70s. And when he was deported to Nigeria, he now tried to go back to America. No way. He now used another fake passport. That is the name. That is where this name Bola Ahmed Tinubu come into being, and flew to Canada. From Canada, now he sneaked into America unnoticed. That time, things were not like this digital as it was now. You understand? It was analog, so it is normal. People can understand what I'm saying. Some people that did the same thing can change your name, use a South African passport, answer any name, use a Jamaican passport, answer any name. People did it, and you become who you are. That is what Tinubu is today. But they are defending him because he's from their tribe. Africans, when are we going to, let me call Nigerians, when are we going to take or prefer dignity over tribalism? Or when are we going to do that? You had what Tunisia president said, that the treasures of the world are not equal to a single line of their sovereignty. They are the You like shortcuts. That is why you are deceived. And that is why religion is flourishing in Nigeria. Because they love shortcut. Where you open mouth and command and they say, power, power. Missile will come from heaven and destroy your enemies. Very short, very easy. They love it easy. Everything is easy. Now, the people that are spending their time building missiles, sometimes the missile will accidentally discharge and explode and kill many of them, but they continue. Do you know sending, satellite into the atmosphere about? One coming from space into the atmosphere, you exploded. I watched it live. I say live. CNN was showing it. for you to understand how these politicians in Igbo land. I say it. Once you are under a foreign control, you are gone. I am telling you honestly. Once you are so-called politicians or political elites are under foreign control, they manipulate them, control them. You are gone. The Fulani has been unleashing mayhem on our people. We started crying, telling these Igbo governors from other Ometeku they have formed in order to protect their people in the farm. Why not form your own? God, they said it several times. Obiano said no, he's not. He trusts the Nigerian police. After all, Makban Mietiala is part of his government. That is Fulani headsman. Is part of his cabinet. All of them, they were terrorized into accepting, saying openly that no, they don't need to form any security outfit. No, they're okay. And every day, our people are being slaughtered in the farm. Oh, the wickedness of our people. I don't know. Against ourselves, so you know what is causing it? Selfishness. And I don't single out politicians, please. I don't single out politicians. I used to say this. This selfishness is ingrained in each and every one of us. It is only enlightened mindsets can remove you from or reduce the selfishness you have, the jealousy. You understand? It's something ingrained. You are born with it. I am telling you. It's in every human being, but our own is much highly elevated. That is why it doesn't matter. You see, somebody like Uchemofo that strive, formed, helped in even organizing IPOB. After everything, when he fall out, he start talking to destroy IPOB, calling Biafra, I punk, calling different names. That is that selfishness. If used to if you bring it down through enlightenment, that one is okay. But a provocation can also bring it out. It doesn't matter. One day, yana dia nwere ike nwee nsogbu ya ometụkwa n'isi na nna ahụgokwe m ụmụ nwoke karịa gị forget kwa ọ na-abịalite abịalite. If it come up, maybe you cannot control it. You show that now you have passed, you have this selfishness to do something. Do you see this sake of God? Everything is for the sake of God. God is being used to commit crimes by the Europeans, by the Arabs, by everybody. Oh, God is God. You are doing it for God. Now he's telling the man, Lord Sanusi, please, for the sake of God, I want you to do something. Can you hear me? I want you to tell everybody, that is every military officer on the road, that the Fulanis are on their way. They are about to pass. That is to go and destroy lives and properties, to burn villages. Nobody should stop them. Let them go through the main road. Nobody should say anything or hinder them. Please, for God's sake, allow them to pass through. They are
da Allah ina son kana ji ka biyo bakin hanya duka ka gaya ma mutane cewa da Allah ga fulani
people that are committing sin, killing people, killing. Oh, is it people destroying nations? No, they didn't commit sin. It's me and you that they put us in a very remorseful situation, so that we continue crying and begging all the days of our lives. Whereas the real sinners, the real criminals are on high on the rampage. These are the people that are on going, moving on, doing their dirty job, conquering, destroying villages and communities. America is supporting them. But they are there saying, no, no, we are fighting against terrorism. But they are watching all these things, supplying them arms. Look at how they are bombing our place in Biafra land. They don't bomb these people. They bomb our place. Remember when Lai Mohammed, when they interview him, say, why can't they bomb all these bandits? Because there are thousands of them going on motorbikes, all armed to the teeth, killing people. But they pass military checkpoints, military everywhere, but they don't see them. Fighter jet to bomb them. You will destroy. But in our land, it is good to destroy flora and fauna, right? When criminals that are even being sponsored by government, just ordinary criminals, they go and destroy. but they are the beloved of the West. Do you know that? You know, I used to say this. The West, people in this world, we are in a world where people love their killers, where dominant species are celebrated. You that feel that, oh, nah, we love, Igbos, we love beauty of life, man kendo. We love ndo. And now I must look at Anohe. You love life, right? You love life. That is why we are dying. That is why because we love life. The time has come for war, for us to wear the we need to wear the mask, the masquerade of a mad people. We shouldn't be referred to as no, we know the beauty. Now you only know the beauty of life. People are on top of us, conquering, and they are being supported by the West. And we are always shouting, hey, no, sorry, we know the beauty of life. We know they're harmful. You need to be harmful in this world. Otherwise, you become extinct. Like the Taino people of the Central Americas. You need to be harmful. If you are not harmful, there is nothing. You are not being feared. You become a caricature. For your information, if you are not harmful, you become caricature. What pains me is that our people are misguided. They only become harmful against ourselves. Where people will be sent to kill their own people in the market. I cannot. Sometimes I say, are these people really Igbo people? You burn shop of somebody that is thriving. That you burn his shop and you are happy that you may not. Why not use your madness? Go Abuja, go the road to Kanu. Hey, we know that. Okay, that is how madness comes. That is how it is. But you are the most stupid and hopeless, pathetic human being on earth. I am telling you. When you want to show your power, go outside. We will call you Dicken. Look at this man. That is suicide belt. When Abuja, so politician. Hey, I told you now. I told you say, one of the NJSI. Man, I know now Ghana or Kigwe, Ghana or Ahia Abakaliki. Our poor men and women, old men and women that are suffering like you start killing them, start burning their shops. Are you not? You are worse than the worst thing on earth. You are the worst thing on earth. If you want to show power, go outside. That is how it is. Do you know why tribalism stopped or reduced drastically in Europe? Do you know why? Because they carry their animosity outside. They travel abroad. They started for your information. Why Africans are still caught in tribalism, killing, fighting ourselves, both politically anyhow, eating ourselves body, ourselves flesh, because of a lack of going up exploration. I am not talking about individual exploration. One thing with the Europeans, somebody will go and make a discovery, explore. He will come and explain to their government, and their government will pick interest and sponsor him with others. Now say, go in the name of a Spanish government. Now go. If you encounter problem, it becomes a Spanish problem. If you encounter gain, it becomes Spanish gain. Go. They sponsor them. Not individual. Go as individual, you travel, anything you encounter is your problem. You understand? This is one thing the European, that is part of that civilization. They understand the importance of being group. So this tribalism reduced in Europe drastically because they were able to channel their efforts, their energy abroad. Do you know that they fought themselves abroad? And it's better to fight yourself even abroad. Portugal was fighting Spain. in for possessing Western Indies, dragging positions, even in Africa. France was fighting England. England was fighting Italy. So, but not in European mainland. Do you see? Now, that thing stopped war in the European mainland. They were fighting it abroad. And who? The collateral damage is who? The indigenous people, wherever they are fighting. And the thing now, they made peace agreements to the detriment of the indigenous people where they were fighting, in the Americas, in Africa, in Asia. Do you see that? But we were stuck in our land, in our little environment. Yoruba say Igbo say. Yoruba say Igbo now na slave catcher. Say Igbo say this. We started killing because we are still in that small enclave. This will be teaching for another day, please. We are in a world of exploitation. We are in a world of conquest. We are in a world where every evil is allowed only for the benefit of the people. You understand? Mazi said there is nothing like good or bad. Now, when it comes to the people's interests, there is nothing like, now let me say the truth. What is truth? Let me behave well. If it means dirty, you play dirty. Look at how the Europeans are stealing from Africa, playing dirty game in Africa. All for the interests of their own people. They are killing people abroad. Till today, thousands, if not millions, are dying every day in Africa because of what they are doing, because of the actions of the Europeans. Do you know that France, one time, that is why Algeria, do you see Algeria? Algeria has animosity against France till tomorrow. France, one time, I think in the 1950s, tested the nuclear weapon in Algerian deserts. How many nuclear weapons? Destroying even some villages or some hamlets, killing people there. Nuclear weapon. They will not do it in their land. They go outside, they do it. Are you going to call that evil? But they are building their nation. Let us remove this religious sentiment. It's killing us. There is nothing like evil or good or bad. As long as it's for the interest of your people, you do it. If it means people is outside, they do it. They did it to us. We should have this mindset. You understand? In order for us to continue. There is this news I want to just glance through before I open the lines, because as I said, I am not here to talk much. But Nigeria paramilitary workers lament non-payment of some staff members of Nigeria paramilitary services, which include correctional, immigration, fire service, and civil defense. They don't pay them, do they? In a country. And if others, the worst part of it in Nigeria is that even military, they owe them. You see how much, I mean, the food, the military, the soldiers are fighting. So Nigerian soldiers, you see I mean, the food they are giving them, they owe them everything. They are complaining. But if other people, if other sectors, they come up to protest, in order for them to protest against what is being meted to them, that they are not receiving their salary, it is still the same military and police that they will send to go and shoot at them. That is where it baffles me. And this is the same military understand it. Honestly speaking, I cannot understand it. Now you come to, you say, what is happening? Now who are they crying against? Just few politicians that are feeling relaxed instead of making life miserable for the politicians. Let me tell you, in every republic, it is either the politicians are made miserable so that the people will succeed and live in a relaxed mind. You understand? Let me say this again. Maybe you might understand me. In every republic, every democratic setting, if the politicians are relaxed, know that the people are suffering. The people are miserable. It is either the people are suffering and the politicians are relaxed, like in the case of Nigeria, or the politicians are suffering, now the people are relaxed, like in Japan, like in South Korea, like in Europe, like in France. The politicians are suffering. You see them anytime they are on their toes. Even to the extent Macron, how many times they slap him? Citizen, where is he shaking people? Somebody call him Monsieur, Monsieur, Monsieur. Toi, you are rubbish. He carry him, he give him dirty slap. They have to remove a president. Do you understand me? It is in every democratic setting. If you allow the politicians to be relaxed, the people are gone. You understand? Like in Nigeria. Anything that happened, they send the police. The same police that are suffering. Now they will tell them, give them power. Yeah, go and extort the people. Don't complain to us, politicians. But they are the people that are holding the money. Now they will tell them to go and torment ordinary people. Except from them. Instead of these people, they have guns. Military, they have guns. Police, they have guns. Civil defense, they have guns in Nigeria. Instead of launching attack on the politicians that are tormenting their lives, instead they go back to people that are suffering like them and be tormenting them. When they see the politicians need to call gun and shoot all of them, they'll start begging, crying. Look now, look, public, look at the rights they are giving us as military in Borno. We are fighting and dying, but the police Why? Because there are many poor people. When they see you as a rich man, they become angry. Instead of solving the situation complete holistically, instead they continue. They patronize bulletproof cars. South Korea, Japan, make for me bulletproof cars. You see, that is a solution. So that if they shoot you, it will not enter. It is the solution. Let me stop here, please. I will go into a few minutes break. So that when I come back, I will open the lines in order to take just few calls. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
Once was a scam, yes, I could go out and answer. But if it's freedom and they say it's a crime, never mind fighting for it, yeah. I will never bath an eyelid. It's gonna lead to my end. Wherever it curls, hit to the core, no matter the curls, yeah. Free Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu. I free
and get something. Because as it stands now, we cannot continue and watch these Janjaweed Fulani soldiers killing our people in our land. Mazi, I get what I that's the only thing. If it is possible for our people to be hanging Wagner group flag in Biafra land, do it. We need them in Biafra land. There is something we push in Nigeria that limit. If it is possible, we hang a Wagner group flag in Biafra land. Hang it. Hang it. After all, after other countries have been chasing France, other countries have been calling for Russia to give them a hand. You have to, I get what I because if you are looking, you see, we have no politician, we have no representative in Biafra land. The better all of us understand it, the better for if you're thinking that you have governor or politician, you are just wasting your time. You have nobody to present you on your own. Even any Biafrans, any woman that is going, just remember that you're on your own. Look at the Ladipo market. Look at Ladipo market. The spare parts. They want to close. They just wake up one day and close it. Have you ever seen Ohanese or this?
Mazi, do you know how much they will demand before opening this? They will demand our people. They will tax themselves. This thing they do it every time in every market in Yoruba land. If you are not paying for this, you are paying for that, and our people are doing it. Now inside. Mazi, I'm telling you honestly, we have no representative. Sometimes you want to boast. I'm telling you. Mazi, go on, please.
Mazi, I said, when our people come on radio here, say, Igbo politicians, why are they not? I am making it clear to you that you have nobody to speak. You have no. Were you not here? Is it not IPOB that chased this over from that said that Igbo people you try us in Lagoon? Do you hear any politician say anything? It has there have been. My problem is that our people leave what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu taught them. What are we supposed to be doing? You fight like a man. That is how I do. You see some idiot to come on social media destroying your own tribe, calling them names. Don't you know that? You see it, you overlook it, you think that is nothing. Just like one buffoon in Italy, he will be calling Igbo people, they are this, that is. If you see it, you overlook it, you don't attack him, attack where he come from. Tell the whole world that this is who they are. Yeah, market, you allow him to be saying. You don't know that people are taking record of those things. Simple things is what damage something. Just like as we said now, there is I came out to Mazialo's program with the anger. I was campaigning. I told you, if it is possible for us to meet Putin, let's meet him. Let's meet him. Or American and Britain. There is nothing they can do. Let's look for him and tell him that our people are dying. Nigeria. It's better we fight them. We know that we fight them. This man, we fight them. We can fight them. Than how we put our land there. There is an agreement between the American government and Nigeria. Don't use Kanu jet in Biafra land in the southeast. But do you know that they have using that Kanu jet, killing our people, bombing our people? Have you ever had the American senators or these are people Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been lobbying to say something about Biafra? These are a bunch of criminals. These are serpents. They paint Hitler as the worst devil. I'm against him because he killed Jewish. That is why I'm against him. It's not that Jewish women, they don't know me. After all, since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been telling them, look at what we are facing. What have they done? That is why you should stop carrying anybody's flag. We have to get this freedom on our own. What have they done for us? Nothing. But to look at, they have been calling Hitler as the worst person on this planet Earth. Yes, he was, because he killed the people that he was not supposed to kill. But let me ask this question. What about the King Leopold I that killed 15 million Congolese with impunity, amputating their hands and their legs? You see, King Leopold today, they use, he's a saint. He says, if we know who he is now, if we never read the history of him, tomorrow they will come to Biafra land and tell us that he's sent now. You see. Oh, Mazi, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Sometimes on our bullet, I'm telling you, it makes you go crazy. Sometimes you want to bust out. Caller on direct line. Mazi, Indiana, can you hear me, Mazi? Welcome to the program.
You will live long, sir. We love you precisely. I love you with all my blood. You will live for me. Mazi, I don't know. Today you sound very provocating. I don't know how to use this word. You were so provoked that I thought it may be a somebody of you that is talking today. Because sometimes when people like us talk, you people will something like priests on the pulpit and say, whatever you take it easy, take it easy. But today you were provoked. I don't know who caused it. Oh, no, I love that. Because what I'm saying is this. There is this favorable, if it's in your phone, they will say favorable calls and all that. There is this favorable word that you usually use. One is selfishness. Two is primitive people. You know, when you see people like what's his name again? Let me use a quote on Igbo, and persons like the councillors who give Chinedu winning vote, and the INEC who are well lettered and read more than Nnamdi Kanu and IPOP. Each time you want to address them, maybe should I say precisely within the circle of Biafrans, you'll be calling them primitive, very primitive people. I'm asking, because in my little literary understanding, primitive means the ancient. And now I'm asking, somebody in this recent time who is named, well lettered, who knows from A to Z more than Nnamdi Kanu and you talking. How possible would you want me to believe that these people are primitive in their acts? It is as in the for the little time, I'll just say a few second prayer. Father in heaven, you see, we have waited patiently upon you, and you have answered our prayer. It's not like you're not answering prayer. And at this moment, we have driven our enemy to rightful expectation of theirs to their court, respective court, even to their Supreme Court. And tomorrow, they are going to falter. I am not saying that you should allow them to change. Allow them to keep on faltering. But after tomorrow, like Mazi just said today, why are we always accepting that we are sinners? It is only obvious that a sinner has the privilege to confess his sins to you, not to mankind like the Catholic will do in Wednesday and Thursday prayers. Not like in the Pentecostals to tell us, come, Jesus love you and went up and come down. But that repentance will come from me, to you direct that I will confess. And for me to confess my sin, Jehovah Nissi, I have to die from this earth and come to heaven. I don't need to confess to any idiot, animal, and a woman of God. Therefore, from henceforth, please give us the strength to people listening to Radio Biafra and start doing something. Because here, where I'm going to the year, I'm not going to Thank you, sir. Good night. I'm back for now.
Ndewo Mazi Onyemuchichukwu. Ndewo. We must continue. Caller on signal, just hold on a bit. Let me say something a bit about a point raised by our brother, selfishness. You know, naturally, every human being, I say naturally, every human being is selfish. It's natural. You understand me? Just start it with a child. And you know, children are innocent. You know, when a child is hungry, it doesn't care about whether you are also hungry, or he shout and cry. If you bring, for example, you bring just a plate of food. Just make this experiment: a little plate of food. Make sure the child, the baby of 2 years, is hungry. You bring that one small plate of food for 2 of you. Make him know that it is for 2 of you. He will carry it. He will like to carry it by himself, all for himself. Maybe he cannot even finish it. That is the manifestation of selfishness, because it's inside. A reduction of selfishness comes with maturity. You understand me? It comes with maturity. That is why we are talking about selfishness, and there is this collective selfishness for self-preservation is allowed. That is what the Europeans did. They are collective. All of them shed their selfishness because of enlightenment. Now each individual reduce his selfishness to the barest minimum, remove it like clothes, and they heap it to a place called government. Now government becomes selfish on their behalf. I've talked about this some time ago on this platform. Now the government becomes selfish on their behalf. They will go outside, kill, plunder, steal, rob from others. Now bring for them. They are happy. You understand me? So, but in our own lives, in Africa, in Nigeria, in our people, we are still that individually selfish that leads to destruction of a people. Once you okay, others you feel that others doesn't matter, others don't matter to you, you know, let them go to hell. That is black when we talk about primitivity, is primitive mentality. That primitive accumulation syndrome. Why do they call it primitive accumulation? You accumulate, it doesn't matter that you don't need it. You know, you accumulate, you throw it, you still steal, you loot, you throw, you loot. Some are fallen, some are just like carry maybe a bunch of banana, maybe 20 pieces of banana. Go to a zoo, a monkey, just one monkey, be giving him the banana. He cannot say no. He will take one. If we take, he need more. He will take. Maybe he will fall. That one he takes, he will fall. He will use mouth and eat it small and throw it. He will take another one. He will take another until he takes all. That is primitive significant. It signifies primitive accumulation syndrome. When you are stealing, all those things is too big. You don't even need it. But you continue stealing because you have to steal. Why are you stealing? For nothing. What is the use of those things that you steal? You don't care. You're stealing. A person, look at the one in jail, the organ trafficker in jail. How many mansions did they mention that Nigeria want to seize, or they seized that time? Whether 48 mansions all over the world. 48. This is the one they see. Only for you see Nigerian politicians, Nigerians, let me call it, because if I say politicians only, it seems that they fall from another planet. They are product of the people. Anyone that enter, they have mansions everywhere, maybe every state in America. Go to London, one person have mansions everywhere in England. They have 5 mansions, 10 mansions in England. In Dubai, have 30 mansions. In Saudi Arabia, have 30 mansions. In other African countries, they have a different mansion. Only one person. And you tell me, is it not primitivity? Is it not primitivity? Look at one time I was watching a documentary. They were showing a very big mansion that consumes billions of dollars. I said billions. Oh, in Congo, Mobutu Sese Seko's mansion now is a place inside the equatorial forest. He built it. Everything is there. Only him, his mansion, billions of dollars worth of mansion, now is a place of abode for monkeys. The person showing it, you just go there, walk everywhere. It's a multi-billion-dollar mansion, but now no person is living there, only animals. And you tell me, what type of people are these? Are they not primitive? Just tell me, are they not primitive? Instead of using that money, distributing it, making policies, creating factories for people, no, they steal it and pocket it and transfer it abroad and build unnecessary mansions everywhere. And you think these are normal human beings? No, they are not. They are not. It's primitive mindset. It's a product of primitive mindset. I am telling you. Sometimes I don't blame the Europeans because they are human beings like each and every one of us. But they fought to reach where they are today. They fought against their own primitive mindset, their primitivity in thinking. They killed, they spilled blood in order to arrive where they are today. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? And we know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he is going abroad. You know the topic, what is lobbying? You know what is lobbying? Abroad. Like what I think Letu Buhari did it, I think in Malaysia one time. When he went there, he said that it's Igbo people that is the problem in Malaysia. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the hatred this man have against Igbo people, Fulani never have even this type of hatred. I am telling you honestly. You know, he will come and open teeth for you. The type of black hatred, whether white hatred or green hatred, he will go abroad and start lobbying governments that look, there are people that their name is only Chi. Is Igbo people. If you see them, they are the problem. Is trying to ethnically, submit us into a class for elimination, so that whenever they see your passport, they will start looking whether you are Igbo, you are, That is what a president of a country is doing. He did it in UAE. They don't know that there are people in their midst. They follow them, obey their orders, so they have access to their classified documents, everything, but they don't know, they don't like what they are doing. Their own people. I am not talking of Igbo people, no. Which Igbo man will allow to expose this type of thing? As long as he, as a slave, he is being kept busy with money, he get mansion, he's answering, sir, okay, sir. He cannot even talk anything. But we have even Fulani people in Asorok that are, that like what we are doing, that hate injustice meted against us. They give us information. I am telling you honestly. We have Yorubas, the same thing. Different other tribes, the same thing. I am telling you. So they go outside, the president, he negotiated, as they denied the giving Nigeria visa, Nigeria passport visas, or Dubai, UAE, United Arab Emirates. Tinubu go and use Igbos. Say no, the people causing problem everywhere. If you see them, deny them. They are Igbos from eastern Nigeria. That is a country that we are in. You're supposed to be a citizen. Do you see? If they have power, they can just kill every Igbo man. People don't know. Sometimes I see they don't understand the danger that is facing us until we gather and fight this as a people. I am telling you. I have a caller on signal. Thank you for waiting for 16 or 18 minutes. Caller on signal, please go on. Maybe you'll be the last caller because I don't need to stay long. Go on, please.
No, Mazi, Jonathan. Good evening from
there. Mazi. Welcome to the program.
Biafrans are lovers of freedom. Greetings from Holy Land of Biafra. My name is Mazi Ebona. First, I will remind the international community and the world at large that today we are Biafran are on Radio Biafra, reminding them that tomorrow being the 5th of October 2023, that our leader, Nnamdi, Kanu, a prisoner of conscience, who is a victim, as far as I'm concerned, a victim of international crime, a victim of injustice, who was extraordinary rendition, a British citizen traveling with British documents as a free man. Nigeria, with the collaboration of the Kenya government and British government, kidnapped him and subsequently reduced him to Nigeria to face purported terrorism charge, which Court of Appeal on October 13, 2022 discharged and acquitted him, and subsequently barred on Nigeria government from further trying him on any charge whatsoever. They will wonder the reason why our leaders still remain in the DSS John and what he's doing there. But they have given him tomorrow. All we are asking for is for them to obey their own Court of Appeal order that discharge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They can be a pariah state. They claim as a nation that obey rule of law. They sign treaties with international communities on laws that pertain borders and diplomatic ties. They can violate the international recognized diplomatic law that hold nations together and expect to try a man who they subsequently rendition against his own will, against any court judgment of any country. We are putting the word on notice because we know that Nigeria is a lawless society, because a country who does not obey their own rule of law is a lawless society as far as I'm concerned. This is why Nigeria is not progressing. This is why no international presence in Nigeria, rather than all those criminal oil companies that are stealing and looting our oil just for the interest of the Europeans and the British at large. Mazi, the program this evening, the caller before me now said something when he wanted to speak. He said he saw a kind of, it's like you're provoked the way you sound. And where I am, I was asking myself, which kind of question be this? Is there? Who will not be provoked with all is happening to the Biafrans and the Igbos in Nigeria? Look at the case of Chinedu. He made a statement that there is no peace anywhere. Let's stop being the people that always praying for peace, clamoring for peace. You know, we make ourselves to believe we are sinners, whereby other people, other tribes are ripping us off everywhere. I have opportunity when I was in Lagos to work in, what is it called, NAPIMS. This is the department that is managing NMPC finance. I went there to work as a security guard those days. When I got there, I discovered something that made me to hate Nigeria more than the way I have hated it. This thing I'm saying is 2013, 2014. Do you know that inside the NAPIMS, I worked for more than 3 weeks. I never saw any Igbo man. All I see there is Fulani, Hausa, Yoruba. The only people they use as their personal assistants are the TV people, the lower Benue people, Kogi people. These are the people they use as their personal assistant, graduates. But all these alhajis are illiterate. They are only concerned of allowance money. city money, traveling allowance. This is how they use all these minorities to make their slave carrying fire for them. And I said to myself, where are the owners of this oil that these people are signing this document on top? I never saw any idiot that is calling himself a South man or Southeast man. If you Southeast person, you will see there, even if you hardly realize it's an Igbo man. When you speak Igbo to him, he will be responding to you with English.
Living in fear.
I said to myself,
we are living in bondage in Nigeria. We are living in fear. He cannot speak. They can sack him because he's a slave. You want them to sack him. Mazi, our people don't know what is happening only because we can buy and sell. You go to Alaba International Market tomorrow, they will come and close there, saying that it is sanitary problem. You don't know. They take everything we have. They push us outside. And the worst is that we are gullible. We are enjoying. Our people don't understand the depths of the mess we are in. Mazi, please go on, please.
Mazi, do you know that you just reminded me something? This Ladipo market that you see the law is not. This is not a new. It's just because somebody like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a government and IPOB has risen up to bring up some of these things to limelight. This is what the Igbos has been suffering for decades, for years. Fashola did it. This Tinubu that is a she now, that has turned from a he to a she, now did it. He said the mantra. Every time Fashola will come and lock Ladipo, he will give the chairman of that Ladipo, he will bill them 100 million to pay or 50 million to pay. You will see they use it as business. Sometimes they will be the one to go and inform the government. It's like you've not loved the shop now, because they make their own money. What they do is this: once they put that, maybe you will pay 50 million, they will come and calculate the money, make it 100 million or 150 million, share it around. People will contribute. This is where they make their own money. Before you know, they will begin to present Igbo Kaka, the one of Igbo land. Every time they will answer in that Lagos is one. Our people, and sometimes when I look at our people, even in the offices, you see them, they live life as if there is nothing happening to them. You know, you see them, I say, this, what more can somebody call a slave than this proud slave that our people has become in Nigeria? They don't see any reason to leave this country. This is why I differ with your first caller that is blaming the international community. Yes, they rip us off, but my dear, the real problem is our people, because there is no peace in this world. There is no justice in this. The white man you're calling is not your brother. It is not related to you. So what he did to you is for his own people's survival. He can't be the abuser and also be the judge to judge the case of the abuse. You have to take your position by yourself. Hold your leaders accountable. Look at the Igbo leaders today. How many of them are speaking for the interests of our people? Rather, they went and initiated a claimant to be causing sit at home so that they will use it to find their voice to begin to make their political statement against Nnamdi Kanu. Look at somebody like Pius Anyim. You all know that man is still alive, but just they concluded their charade, Igbo or Igbo, whatever they hold, Igbo Day. Look at the opportunity he has to speak. Look at the kind of thing he's speaking, and he's trying to portion every blame on IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are the kind of people we have in our land. These are the problems we have in our land. And it's not just them that are the elite. Even the grassroots is corrupt also. Because in 4 months, before you grow as a politician in Igbo land, you must be a gossiper, you must be a betrayer, you must be somebody that will always leak the secret that will improve the interest of your people to the politician. So these people have caged our land. This is why you see Opus Odema in Imo State is flourishing, making mouth, hitting his chest on how he's going to make sure our leader remain in DSS until he conduct his election, because he knows that the people on ground are careless of what is happening. Nobody wants to hold anybody accountable. Ali Igbo is just empty like that. But when they go to Lagos and They are being treated bad. You will see them coming, calling for help, for everybody to help them. But why can't you put your heads together and come and do something that will make sure that you protect your land? Our leader along is ESN. You see all of them, Ebuba will begin to come out. But Yoruba has launched their own. Even the terrorist Northerners launched their own. And nobody, their politicians didn't counter them. But our own happened. The governors begin to. That's the first time I see Igbo governors having a joint meeting. So you see that our people are the one giving that enabling ground for their own conquest. That's why I give kudos to the leadership of this struggle for being who they are. There's no need to impress an Igbo man when you want to save him. Don't listen to his ranting and complain, because if you begin to listen to every Igbo man talk that comes out, you will miss the target. And once you miss the target, they will not know that, they will not say that they are the one that push you. They will turn around to blame you. Just look at our brother, I will not call his name, that just came out openly and said that he has stepped down from IPOB. That is no longer working under the leadership of IPOB. He is now an independent person. Immediately you begin to see people that went and pick that clip, promote it, use it to tell them that you see there is secret. People have, begin to sow that seed of discord in the mind of our people. This are area our people are special. Our people are always special to fight their own people, because this is the mentality of a slave. Because a slave can't challenge his master. Rather, you will always come back to them, your fellow slave, for even speaking out for you. It happened to the Israelites when Moses was doing what he was doing. You would have allowed us to stay in Egypt where we are suffering and managing. Now you brought us here to suffer. This is the mentality of slaves. And until we begin to understand that mental freedom must come first before you have any physical liberation, my dear, our people have a very long journey to go. But I know that a journey of 100 miles begins with a step. Mazi, I will end it here and I will say, may you continue what you're doing.
That is it. When slaves, slaves are very good at maltreating their fellow slaves. That is it. That is the bottom line. One time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he was in a town hall meeting where I've forgotten whether it's in Canada or in a state in America. Somebody asked, say, why are you answering you are being called Lord? Lord Nnamdi Kanu. He allowed the person, I think it's a woman, to rant. You are taking the glory of God. You are people that know the glory of God. So you are taking the glory of God. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu allowed him to allow her to finish ranting. He said, okay. He said, what do you call a person the owner of a house you rent? He said, landlord. What do you call the founder or the creator of Nigeria? Lord Lugard. So, but you don't find it annoying or offensive calling him Lord Lugard, right? You call it with pride even. Unconsciously, while sleeping, they will ask you, who created Nigeria? You say Lord Lugard. You wake up, Lord Lugard. It's automatic. You don't see anything wrong in it. But when you see, you feel that, oh, a fellow slave like me, black monkey like me, to answer Lord. No, instead we call it white people. And that thing makes sense. It makes sense a lot. When people, they are subjugated to the extent that they cannot rise up. Igbos, we are not like this. So originally, we are not like this. We are warriors, for your information. The only tribe with, I think, the Kikuyu and the Mau Mau of Kenya that resisted, fought the British. That have the audacity to rise up to fight against the colonial masters for many decades. It's not easy. But this breed of since we are Christianized, I'm telling you here, if we are talking, there is no way we can run away from the facts. They broke our hands and leg. First, we are sinners. We spend our lives asking for forgiveness. Oh, doing something in order to at least appease, only to appease. Nah, you do bad, you do evil, you commit crime, you sin, you are committing quit sin, you are committing by defending yourself. It's a sin. By rising up with your people, gather with your people. They say, no, you don't have to. You don't have to be with unbelievers. Do you see where we come in with all these things? These are the things that bridled our hands and legs. He entered into our mentality so that we become, we become muffled as a people, as a human being. Anything that somebody it goes, no problem. Somebody will slap you, you say, sorry, I don't want problem. Oh, thanks, sir. You go your way. I beg, I don't want problem. We are not trained to fight. We are not trained to fight back. No. You see the Fulanese, the Muslims, at least they train them. If anything concerning come against the interest of fight, but in our own, no. Instead, you cool down and bow down. Otherwise, you will see no. If he slap you, you slap him back. He see no, you will see no. You go to hell. Oh. They hold us with these dogmas. These are the things that we are trying to untangle, but many people might not understand it. They don't see it in this way. They don't see it. You see, in federal government parastatals in Abuja, Igbo people that are few Igbo, if you have 200 people working there, maybe it's only 5 Igbos that are there. They are always afraid. You come to them and maybe is to sign or for document or for anything to for service, one type of government service. You see that it's an Igbo man. Maybe you overheard him speaking on phone. Speak Igbo. Tell him, nah, you want Igbo. Ask him, now, what are you talking? I beg, let us speak English. Which kind of, he will deny. Because he's a slave. If he mess up, bring his Igbo-ness, they are watching him. So, boy, you are talking with your brother. Because you here no be on the show. You Igbo. Which kind talk? They will harass him for speaking Igbo. But he will be there. Fulani or Hausa person will come in Europe and they will speak, even make noise with their language. And you think that all these things don't play in our mentality. Living in bondage. Caller on WhatsApp. You are the last caller. I just pick you, but you make it as brief as possible. Mazi below. Can you hear me? Please go on. Caller on
Eziokwu. Igbo eziokwu, our people with the only go hard about Igbo eziokwu. Because there were some things somebody got last Friday. Na Ebola nwanne nwoke ashi ihe mọnụ nga na-ekwekwu Biafra mgbe ọwụla mụ lekwa ego ji n'aka na nna gwenye Ebola mụ anyị tere ego lọbalụ mmadụ ire agba m lekwa ego ji n'aka na mọnụ nga bụrụ Biafra n'isi ma bụ ike ime ịdị serious ihe mbere n'obodo bụ ime iji lekwa ego ọ retara nga na lekwa ego mshi ego iretara nga na ya tiretecha ego niile na gị ila Nigeria anaghara gị ya ka e ụdịrị ihe n'obodo Mozambique mejiri ka ha emeji n'ọgụ 16 years gị bịa nga biri na na-agba agba na-eme igwe ideji sekuriti aga obodo gị na kontrol ideji sekuriti aga etere mmiri mere ebe ishipụta na all this is na-eme asị mba ịgbazi mbọ ike ihe ndị mgbede ihe ọnwụ n'ime ilere ka tek sekuriti ala bụ ma sekuriti all this is a na-ekwu na ndebe anyị na-ekwu n'ala ihe ndebe anyị belivri afịa ego gị na-achị mma ego ha na-akpachazi ego niile ọkwa ndị na-enweghị egbe kara mgbe joy karịsị ndị kara akpata ego ịkpata ego tanwụ kpata ego na-atanwụ na-eri ego elu ụdịrị ndịrị ime ke ụdịrị ndịrị ime ego ka anyị just ihe ị ga-ememe ikpeta ego ka a na-ekwu ihe ọzọ ire ekwusa ọdụ maka ha okwu nwa nwa na-ekwu ọdụ maka na asị na onye nwe mmadụ ka onye nwere ego enwedere ka freedom if you have freedom ebe ihe ndị ọzọ nwe ihe but if you don't have freedom nwanne ihe sịgị kpa na ego ha nwere ike iji bọmbụ elu ọcha ya ụlọ ihe rụrụ $100,000 ịtara ahụ kpata ego rụọ ya eji bọmbụ ya eji sọntị mebisi ya mma gị nwunye gị deme n'ụlọ enweghị the rest of the mind ka e wudere ego anyị na-achụta ihe ha fi na ihe ụlọ wee ego money is not everything. So young but me one economic money ego have freedom. Even obodo Mozambique now. That piece of the Mozambique independence of the peace here today. Only on Nayaga and what get here. You're telling they sit home and remember these people that make peace in the Mozambique. How they were all this is now to what are you going to remember you for you? Elia get it go rek patrego koni imi help mad koni I drop freedom fighter. Ke get it no one. Oh yeah, you will the by my Mazi. Aganeti. Ufoyo sa ya aga na-ekwu mara ma ndị ọga-apụta bondage because na Mozambique now here na mpụra na Nigeria community meeting na nke erughị abatụ the 99.9% ndị ga ndị Igbo mana gị chikwu okwu Igbo ha sịghị mba because of ndị Yoruba abụ sọsọ ndị Yoruba abụ family ndị Yoruba abụ na this northern side ebe anyị n'ime ya ndị futu family of Yoruba gị kwuo na that meeting ahụ na ọnwụ a ga-asị Igbo n'ime ha sịghị mba a ga-asịghị mba adị ma ịmụ ihe ndị a niile ụcha ka emeta ndị ụwa na mma Nigeria community na ha gara hanga independence aga eme ha gacha me iloki nga hanga n'ụlọ akịrịka all this is here on ike gwara ndị Nigeria ike gwara everybody na-achịkwa mmeta Nigeria mma there's nothing that you can do when nwoke ya kpọgị nna ya ndị Nigeria ọsụsọ ndị Igbo na-ekwu ndị abụrụ mmewe na-eme họpụ ihe na-eme ha na-ekwu ọsụsọ na nwa Nigeria gị na-achị ma ndị akọrọ ha ọfọ n'isi akọrọ ha ọbụrụ ha ọgwụ ahụ n'isi enwe ha gachi ndị a n'anya ampụrụ mmewe na-emewu ha ndị were kwuo Nigeria ndị owu Nigeria bụ ihe n'isi adịkwuo Nigeria ọsụsọ ha wee kwu ndị nwa Nigeria Mazi biko ndị ụlọ ọgwụ ahụ gba ndị a n'isi mara ma ga ha nwụsị biko thank you very much for me.
Mazi, I understand you. I understand. It's everywhere. You know, the Jews of Europe, they were more Europeans than the Europeans until the general catastrophe of World War II came to them. You know, after that, they rose from slumber and started looking for now where those people, where those Zionists, any one of them alive, let him come and show us tell us what the roadmap now to Israel. I beg. Catastrophe. When general catastrophe, before it was happening, but regional. It will happen this side today. And next month, it happen the other side. People, Jews of Spain will be killed and slaughtered, their goods burnt, their houses burnt, no problem. Other ones will continue and send the condolence message, no problem. The following month, Jews of Portugal will be slaughtered and there are no problem. It rotating the whole of Europe. After Jews of Greece will be slaughtered, no voila. It doesn't matter. But during Second World War, they massacred all the Jews of Europe. That is the catastrophe, general catastrophe that woke all of them up. Sometimes I used to agree with one of our brothers, what he used to say, that the only thing that can raise the Igbo man consciousness collectively, like what happened in 1967. Listen to the speech of Pius and Pius. I think I analyzed it here the other day. He said that no, we never, the agitation for Biafra now, he never see any reason. Because we are not in the case of 1967. So he's waiting for general catastrophe. And it seems it's what many Igbo people are waiting. What many Biafrans are waiting. For everybody to be slaughtered. Today they close the Ladipo market. Tomorrow they will burn international market. It doesn't matter. Others will continue because it is not happening at the same time. So they are waiting for general slaughter, pogrom to touch everybody. That time they will both the people that have one leg, they cut one leg, it remain one leg. They come, they start to ask, where that Mazi Nnamdi, where IPOB? I beg, man, what thing we go do now? We are ready. But today, as long as they are making money, they don't care about. If you want to bring the brain of our people, say, nah, do you see the problem we are having? Let us know how to solve this problem. Otherwise, we are in a great mess in Nigeria. They say, oh boy, use that brain to go and look for money. Which kind? I beg. Do you see how our people are lost? Do you see how our people are lost? But one thing will lead to another. That is it. That is it. One thing will lead to another. We are a very great Igbo race. Great Biafrans have been reduced into slaves in Nigeria. And people don't see it as anything, because you can go in now, you school nothing, you have a master's degree, first class honor in chemical engineering, but no work. You go put here, they say they see your name as Okafor. So boy, here is not for you. You look for work everywhere, nothing. But they will take people that you that are not even up to 1/10 of you, put there in that position, and you don't see anything wrong. Now you start riding keke. You start sourcing for fund to open, you learn market and open markets, and because you have you know, as an Igbo man, you have another capability option. At least you join trading. You don't see anything wrong in it. And from that trading, oh, you make money, you start campaigning for more Nigeria. You bring here Nigeria Nishi. You forgot what Nigeria did to you and what they are still doing against us. Is it not? Don't you see that sometimes why the Europeans, the British are supporting the Fulani? Because they see us as foolish people. I am telling you honestly. They simply see us as idiots that needs to be annihilated. That they have made us, relegated us to idiocy. And they say, oh boy, higher say, oh yeah, we give fraction of them visa, come to England and work, start packing shit, and they will hell us. They will hell us, Britain, that, oh, we are trying, oh, Britain. You don't know that, Britain is our killers. Let me close here, please, because if you continue analyzing what is happening to our people and the mentality our people has, it's very pathetic, very sad, honestly. A Bible champion won a religion. Talk to him about religion. Hey! Okay, who you na pota? Our ego ewepụta ego. Ihe ọ na support ewepụta. But to at least free ourselves. Do you know what is freedom? Do you know what is freedom? No, you don't know. That's why you don't care. Because you don't know the value of freedom. Freedom is valueless. You cannot compare it to anything. Where you can, our people, many of our people don't understand that governments can do something, to help citizens. That government and citizens will work hand in hand. Many of our people, mostly in the zoo, they don't know. That's why when you are talking, they are always talking about their manpower, what they can do to make money. Oh, travel to Malaysia, do this, do that, and gather money. They don't know that as a citizen, you have rights, not a privilege, right to get money from the government without interest. You don't know. As a citizen, just fill form. They give you money for any project you want to do. Paying maybe from 5 years interval without interest. They don't know that you can sign just as a citizen. As long as you are a citizen, you are up to date, you are working, you can sign for any, even if you are a guard, security guard. You can sign just ordinary signing. You take any car of your choice and be going on car. They'll be removing the money. Very little, you will not even notice it from your salary. No, our people don't know. That's why here that's why when you take all that risk, put out from debt, but when all these things, if all these things are commonized, you don't need to boast about it, because who are you boasting for? Mr. B can get it. Okay, can get the same thing. Okay, can get the same thing. So why you post will lie or we go, we dry up, boasting. This pride, we go immediately. Well, people are being proud because they believe that it is only, they have the power, they go and take the risk to make money and buy car, so they boast. But when the thing is common, government makes it available, it becomes very easy. You don't need to boast about it. Do you see why we are still locked up in primitivity? Because of we don't understand the role of government. One day I will talk about it. Government. Government. People don't understand the role of government in the lives of citizens. They think that it is how we are being conditioned in Nigeria as Igbo people. You go and make money, go and risk and make no help from government, nothing. Instead, government is even, if you are making, you hustle and bring a container coming to buy you, they will even extort you to this, and you fight all this fight and still, making money. That is why even all these stresses makes our people even die younger than their time, earlier. But they don't know. They don't know that government facilitates your life. That is why government is the God you are seeing. That is the government. Government. But do our people know? That is ignorance. I will talk about it one day. Government. So that people will understand the role of government. It is highly crucial in our individual lives. But in Nigeria, they don't. Our people don't know. No government has taken from you, extorting from you. That is government. They don't give you nothing. Anything they want to do, as if it's a favor. They are giving you a favor, doing you a favor. That is how Hope Uzodinma is, scammed our people. Because free. In a sane, civilized society, if Hope Uzodinma come and promise that, I'm giving people money, he will be queried. Because you have to come clean. This money you are giving, is it dash? For what? Where do you get the money you are dashing? Because you don't dash money like that. People must pay. But you make it very easy for people to pay. Easy. Maybe the loan, long-time loan without no single interest. From 5 years interval, you start paying little by little. How? Why can't you pay? But they come and lie. And everybody believe. Because we are accustomed to believing. We are being reduced into believers. You don't know that if you are called a believer, it's an insult. But you don't know. You take it as a credit. Because of the way our mentalities are being structured. A believer, you are happy. You don't know it's an insult. You're supposed to be a wise person. A knower. Somebody that knows. Not to believe. Let me stop here, I beg. Thank you for listening. Biafra is our religion, is our identity, is our ideology. We shall never stop. We shall never back down. Tomorrow, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his case will be heard in the Supreme Court. Some people are even proposing or doing is it Saturday night, which is also allowed. You can hold it if you want, in order to reflect or pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, everything, no problem about it. But tomorrow, nobody should be intimidated. There is nothing like sit at home anywhere in our land. Unless you want to just, out of respect, do anything you want in sitting down anywhere, that is your own decision. It is never there is no any official sit at home from IPOB leadership, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cancelled it. It has been hijacked in order to cause plunder. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening. Biafra, Biafra,
because Obodo Samba, Obode Doro song. The land of the rising sun. Rising sun is a home of the Biafra. Biafra kane boso kamiri, akaimara Biafra kane boso kamiri, Biafra kane.